Welcome to today's practice with Floyd, our helper. So, my guess is he's just going to do a drive-by. At any rate, the practice today is really focusing on post-working in your yard. Um, this video is being recorded in the spring when everybody's starting to get out and mess around and be in their yard and do some work. So those muscles that get a little tight, a little tense from our efforts between the shoulder blades, along the neck, the arms and the hamstrings, those get a lot of work. And sometimes we forget about activating the core as we do stuff like lifting and dragging and weeding and things like that. So this practice is really just to hit all of those places, to stretch out things that we worked and to activate the things that need to help us the next time we go out. So enjoy. We're going to start out on the floor on your back. So just get yourself settled. If you can, start with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, just so you get that little support in your low back. And then, if you like, bring one hand to your belly and the other hand to your chest. And just close your eyes. Take a moment to bring your attention into your body here. And just check in, noticing those places across your upper back, your arms, your wrists, your hands. Maybe even noticing the backs of your legs, your low back. Just noticing how they feel right now. And connect to that easy breathing. Now, let your arms rest down by your sides. I'm going to move my arm just so you can see my spine. We're going to start with a little spinal movement. So all you're going to do is as you inhale, you're lifting through your chest, pushing your belly out. And then when you exhale, activate those abdominal muscles, really pulling your belly button in, flattening your back toward the floor. You're not really forcing your back. It's more just engaging, pulling that belly button in. So again, arms can be down by your sides as you repeat this little action through your spine. Remind yourself you're just warming up. So if anything feels particularly tight or tense, maybe just think about doing about 70% of the range of motion to start. I promise you'll get plenty of action. Do this a couple more times. Just that little movement through your spine, maybe noticing your neck, your hamstrings as you start to wake stuff up. Now we're going to continue that little spinal action. We're going to add moving the arms. So on your next inhale, at the same time that you inhale, you're arching your back, lifting your arms all the way to the floor above your head. And then when you exhale, at the same time, bring your arms to your sides, really pull your belly button in as you go. Again, connect to that easy breathing. Really thinking about pulling your belly button in, waking up those abdominal muscles every time you exhale. I'm going to do 2 more. You go at your pace. Just connected to that easy breathing. Maybe one more time if it feels good. So the next time your arms are down by your sides, let your arms rest alongside your body. Keep breathing. Now you're going to lift your feet up off the floor. Bring your knees in towards your belly and just hold the backs of your legs here. Again, find that spot where your low back feels supported. On your next inhalation, you're just going to straighten both legs toward the ceiling, pushing out through your heels. And then when you exhale, bend your knees, pointing your toes as you go. Now the trick here is to relax your shoulders. But if you're holding the backs of your legs, maybe feel that little stretch across the tops of your shoulders when you straighten. Relaxing everything, just bending those knees, pulling that belly button in as you exhale. Again, do this a couple more times at your pace. Just noticing where you feel your body. Now, the next time your legs are toward the ceiling, if you can, keep your legs toward the ceiling. Keep breathing. Feel these quads, the fronts of your thighs working a little bit here. Belly button's pulling in. And then all you're going to do is point your toes toward the ceiling and then flex your feet, maybe spread your toes wide. See if you can go back and forth a couple of times, just pointing and flexing. Keep pulling that belly button in. All right, and then bend your knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, and just rock a little bit from side to side. If you like, you can lift your head up towards your knees, curling yourself up into a little egg, and then just set your shoulders and your head to the floor. Set your feet back down onto the floor. Now, as you bring your feet to the floor, open your feet a little wider than hip distance. Let your arms rest wherever it feels good. We're going to do a little twist. So as you exhale, just twist both knees to the right. Chin goes to the opposite side. On your inhale, untwist. Exhale, twisting the other way. Now, we're not forcing anything. We're still just warming stuff up. But maybe notice that as you twist, you feel that little stretch on the front of your hip. These are your hip flexors. Maybe you feel it a little bit at your low back or your neck. But just gently rock from side to side here. I'm going to go one more time to each side. So when you feel even, the next time you bring your knees up from that left side, just let your knees, your chin stay up toward the ceiling. All right, and then maybe bring your feet a little bit closer together. You want to bring your right knee in towards your chest, and again, you can hold the back of that right leg. If it feels good, you can stretch your other leg straight out onto the floor and really press the back of that straight leg into the floor. Take a breath here. Feel the stretch here. Now we're going to move the leg we're holding. So when you inhale, you're just straightening that right leg toward the ceiling as far as it feels good. When you exhale, bend your knee in towards your belly. Now notice if your knee wants to go out to the side. That's just a little way of your body avoiding some work. See if you can keep that knee pulling in towards your belly, even if you had a big lunch, even if there's a lot of belly in the way, that's okay. So inhale, just straightening your leg toward the ceiling, pushing out through your heel. Exhale, bending your knee in towards your belly. See if you can do this a couple more times. Keep that nice tracking so your kneecap is toward the top of your head. Finding that easy breath. Now, the next time that right leg is toward the ceiling, if you can, keep your right leg toward the ceiling. Keep breathing. Keep that belly button pulling in. You can use your hands or not. All you're going to do is rotate that right foot around in circles. Crank your foot around. Breathing easy. And then maybe take those foot circles in the opposite direction. Again, nice and easy. And then you get to bend your right knee in towards your belly, holding that right knee. Maybe lift your head up towards your knee here, curling yourself up into a little egg. And then set your shoulders and your head to the floor. Now bring both knees in towards your belly. Wrap your arms around both legs and just rock. Take a second. Notice how crooked you feel. Maybe you don't feel crooked, that's all right. But you want to find that even stretch. And then you're going to release both legs. Once your feet are on the floor, this is a good place to adjust your hips, adjust your back. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other leg. So bringing that left knee in towards your belly. Only if it feels good. Stretch your right leg straight out onto the floor. And then really press the back of your straight leg into the floor. Take a breath or two here. Just feeling this stretch. Again, noticing if your knee wants to go out to the side. See if you can keep your knee pulling in toward the crown of your head. All right, now we're going to just move this leg we're holding. So as you inhale, you're straightening your left leg toward the ceiling, pushing out through your heel, flexing your foot. As you exhale, just bend your knee in towards your belly. Maybe point your toes as you go. So nice, easy breath. Notice if you're really forcing. If your head comes up off the floor at the same time you straighten your leg, you're just going too far. So listen to your body. All right, One more time. Straighten that left leg toward the ceiling. Keep your left leg toward the ceiling. Pull your belly button in. It's okay if your knee is not perfectly straight. A little tremor is okay. You're just going to rotate that left foot around in circles here. Breathe in easy. And then maybe take those foot circles in the opposite direction. And then bend your knee all the way back in towards your belly. If you can, maybe lift your head up towards your bent knee here. And then set your shoulders and your head to the floor. Bring both knees in towards your belly again. Wrapping your arms around your legs and just rock a little bit from side to side. All right. When you've had enough, you're going to set your feet back down onto the floor. And then just find a spot that your legs can stay in this position, right? So someplace your feet feel solid on the floor. We're going to let the legs, the hips kind of rest for a minute and focus on the arms. So start by reaching your arms out at a T to your body, out to the sides. On your next exhalation, you're just going to reach up toward the ceiling. Really pull that belly button in. And then when you inhale, open your arms wide, pressing into the floor. Feel that stretch across your chest. Go back and forth a few times. Reaching toward the ceiling, pulling that belly button in. Inhale, opening wide. Nice and easy. All right, the next time you're reaching toward the ceiling, keep reaching toward the ceiling. Now keep breathing, don't hold your breath. Gently lace your fingers together here. You want to keep your hips pressing into the floor. We're just going to reach both arms to the right. Bend your right elbow to the floor, turning your chin to the right. See if you can just find that stretch behind your left shoulder blade. Get a little space. Still breathing easy. And then you're going to reach back up toward the ceiling. Now, I like to recross my fingers just to give my fingers a little rest. And then you're going to reach across to the other side. Bending that left elbow to the floor, turning your chin toward your hands. We're looking for that space behind your right shoulder blade. Just breathing easy. And then reach back up toward the ceiling. Again, you can recross your fingers. We're going to do it again. Both arms to the right, chin to the right. Really think about pressing those hips into the floor. Getting that little rotation through the top of your body. And then we're going to reach up toward the ceiling. I'm recrossing again. Last time, reaching both arms to the left, chin to the left. Both hips pressing into the floor. Just breathe. And then reach toward the ceiling. And then you're going to open your arms out to the sides. Just let your arms rest on the floor someplace. Palms toward the ceiling if you can. All right. So while you're here, this next move is kind of subtle. It's not a big movement. All I want you to do is extend, reaching out through the tips of your right fingers. Really press the back of that right hand into the floor. At the same time, get your right elbow pressing into the floor, that right shoulder blade pressing into the floor. So it's a little bit of work on that right side. Continue to press your right arm into the floor and just turn your chin to the left. Take a breath here. Notice where you feel the action, the stretch. If you can, keep turning your chin to the left. Just rotate that right palm to the floor. Press the palm of your right hand into the floor here. And notice the difference. Notice the change in the action. Now relax your arm. Let your head come back to center. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So remember, it's a subtle move. You're just reaching out through your left fingertips, extending through that left arm, pressing the back of your left hand into the floor. At the same time, get that left elbow pressing into the floor, your left shoulder blade pressing into the floor. Keep pressing that left arm to the floor. Turn your chin the opposite direction. Take a couple of breaths here. Just find the space, find the awareness. If you can, continue to turn your chin to the right. Did I say left? I meant away from your reach. Rotate that left palm to the floor. Keep breathing. Now relax both arms. Let your head come back to center. And then you're going to bring both arms across your chest to your opposite shoulders, kind of like you're giving yourself a little hug. You want to keep your hips pressing into the floor. And then you can just gently rock your arms, rock your upper body from side to side. You find the stretch. You find the little massage between your shoulder blades from the floor. And then relax your arms. And then we're just going to roll all the way over onto our bellies. So the hard part is staying on your mat. You can get there however you like. It does not have to be graceful. But as you come onto your belly, stack your hands one on top of the other and just let your forehead rest on the backs of your hands. Take a breath or two here. All right, so the intention is to relax your shoulders, relax your neck. We're just going to focus on the legs, bending one knee, alternating, okay? So you know where we're going. As you inhale, you're just bending your right knee like you're going to kick yourself in the butt. The entire time you exhale, set that foot down. So find the control. And then inhale, bending your other knee. The entire time you exhale, straightening that left leg. So continue to alternate. Just find that little movement. Waking up the muscles along the backs of your legs, those hamstrings, your glutes. You want to be gentle with yourself. If you've been out gardening, these are already awake. So we just want to get a little circulation here. Nothing crazy. Again, following that easy breath. The next time you set your left foot down onto the floor, let both legs relax. Now check in. If your feet are really crampy, just stay on the balls of your feet. But find a spot where your legs, your toes can stay touching the floor. So legs get to relax. And then you're going to bring your arms down by your sides. Either rest on your forehead or one side of your face, you choose. But the idea is that you can relax here, someplace you can breathe. Now on your next inhalation, you're going to lift your head, your chest, squeezing your shoulder blades together behind your back. As you exhale, lower back down. Now when you do this, you don't have to do 110% of your effort. Maybe start with 70, really focusing on strengthening those muscles between your shoulder blades, lifting through your chest. Exhale, lowering down. Again, these muscles might feel a little fatigued if you've been out working in the yard. We just want to get a little circulation, a little waking up here. We're going to do one more. All right, the next time everything's on the floor, you get to stay there. Just breathe. And then bring your hands up underneath your shoulders, pushing up onto your hands and knees. Just find a spot where your knees feel comfortable. We're just going to be here for a minute. We want to take care of those feet. Start by stepping your right leg straight back so you can press back through that right heel. Just finding the stretch along the sole of your foot, your calf, wherever it feels good. Breathe in easy. And then we'll switch. So bend your right knee to the floor, taking that left leg straight back, pushing back through your heel. Breathe in easy. And then bending your left knee to the floor. Now we're going to come up to standing. If you love down dog, you could do a little down dog here. But again, you want to pay attention so that your shoulders, your neck are comfortable. And as you come up to standing, take your time getting there. Sometimes in the spring, with the weather shifting, with the sinuses, with all this junk in the air, it can give us a little extra dizzy. So pay attention to your body. All right. Once you get here, just find a spot where your legs feel solid and stable. And then take a minute, maybe close your eyes. If that makes you extra dizzy, keep your eyes open. And maybe check in. See if you can get your feet mostly parallel to each other, straight down from where the bones of your legs connect to your hip bones. So a little alignment here. And then feel your feet, your toes pressing into the floor. Maybe think about those big toes pressing a little bit harder than everybody else. Just get a little action through your feet. Maybe think about lifting the arches of your feet just that tiny bit. Now keep your feet active. We're going to do a little baby squat. Eyes can be opened or closed. All you're going to do is bend your knees until you feel a little stretch in your calves or until your knees say stop. And then you're going to straighten your legs. As you straighten your legs, clench those butt cheeks tight. And then relax the clench, just bending your knees. Do this a couple more times, straightening and clenching. And then relax the clench, bending your knees. Try and keep your abdomen engaged. Keep that belly button pulling in, even when you clench your glutes. Nice, easy breathing. Let's just do one more little bend. And then straighten. Now you can relax your glutes, relax your feet a little bit. Feel that circulation down through your legs. That's all we were looking for. I want to do a little ankle rotation. So you have two choices. You can just lift your heel up and rotate that heel around so your toes stay on the floor. Or if you're feeling frisky, you can lift your foot all the way up, but go slowly. I know it's hard. We all get excited. Breathe. Maybe take your foot circles in the opposite direction if you haven't already. And then set both feet onto the floor. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Again, your toes can stay on the floor, just rotating that heel around, or you can lift your foot completely up off the floor. It might be different on this side, so pay attention. Taking those circles in both directions. Again, notice if you speed up, see if you can slow down just a little. And then set both feet onto the floor. All right, so the legs should feel comfortable, nice and steady. Knees are unlocked. Again, tuck that tailbone, pulling your belly button in, and then think tall. Just get long through your spine. On your next inhale, bring your shoulders towards your ears. And then as you exhale, roll those shoulders back and down. Do this a couple more times. Maybe hear the crunching, rolling back and down. Let's do one more just like that. All right, now let your shoulders relax. Point your thumbs towards your legs here. What we're going to do is as you inhale, rotate your thumbs forward, out to the sides and back. Maybe lift your chin a little bit, really squeezing those shoulder blades together behind your back. As you exhale, return to the starting spot, thumbs towards your legs, maybe tuck your chin a little. So repeat, inhale, rotating your thumbs back. Feel that stretch across your throat, your chest. Exhale, returning. So if you can, lead with those thumbs. So maybe feel that stretch across your palms, maybe all the way across your arms, your biceps. Let's do one more. You make this as big or as small as you like. And the next time you exhale, just let those arms relax. Maybe roll your shoulders, crunching all the way. All right. Now your shoulders get to relax. We're going to still focus on the arms though. This time when you inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides, reaching up toward the ceiling just as high as you can. And then when you exhale, sweep your arms out to the sides, coming all the way down alongside your body. So repeat this movement. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, reaching out to the sides and down. Take up the whole space. Just reaching out through your fingertips. See if you can get that stretch through your hands. All right, maybe one more. The next time your arms are down by your sides, let those arms relax. Maybe just roll your shoulders. You can adjust everything. All right. Now we're going to focus on the feet again. This time you're going to open your feet a little wider than shoulder distance away from each other. You find a spot where your legs feel solid and stable. And then if you can, you're going to rotate your right toes to the right and then just unlock that right knee. So you're not bending very far. Your legs are going to stay strong. So find a position you can hold. Imagine you're pressing your feet into the floor. See if you can clench those glutes again, pulling your belly button in. So this is all really stable and solid. All right, so what we're going to do is keep your hands on your legs. That right hand is going to come to the inside of your right leg. Spine stays tall. On your next exhale, just lean your torso to the right as far as it feels okay, gently pressing that hand to the inside of your right leg so you're getting that little extra stretch on the inside of your right leg. When you inhale, come all the way back up. So you got it? Keeping your spine tall. Exhale, lean to the side. You can even turn your chin to the left as you reach right. Inhale, coming back up. If you're feeling really frisky, you can bring that left hand behind your back just to remind yourself to pull your belly button in, spine stays tall. If you can, maybe 2 more. Again, you don't have to go far. Just find that space that feels good for you. All right, the next time you're leaning to the side, try and find a spot you can hold your body, someplace you can stay. Now, here's the deal. We're using core muscles here. So your belly button's pulling in. You're not pushing into your right hand. So don't lean in. Don't collapse into your arm. Your hand is on the inside of your leg. So you're pushing that leg behind you just a little bit. I know that was a lot of explanation. Keep your body here. We're going to move that left arm. So as you inhale, you can sweep your left arm up over the top of your head. Chin turns left. When you exhale, bring that arm down. You can even tuck your hand behind your back, turning your chin to the right. Now, if this big motion of your shoulder is not so good, reach out in front of you a little bit. Find the movement for your shoulder that feels useful for you today. There's a lot of rotation going on here in that shoulder joint. A little crunching is normal. Let's do 2 more. Core is working, not leaning in. All right, the next time that left arm is by your side, let both arms relax. You're going to stand all the way up, point your toes forward, and feel how crooked you are. Before we do the other side, make sure your knees are bent. We're going to do a forward fold here, just an even stretch for your back. Your hands can come to your legs wherever you like. Really pull your belly button in. Try and relax your neck. Maybe let the crown of your head kind of point toward the floor. All right, before we come up, you're going to bend your knees a little bit more, lifting through your chest slowly, slowly. Stand all the way up. Take your time. And then feel all the snot drain from your head, all the blood drain from your head. Give yourself a minute, and then we'll do the other side. So you're going to rotate your left toes to the left. Take a second to really feel your legs. Your feet are pressing into the floor. Legs are strong and solid. Unlocking that left knee. Clench your glutes, pull your belly button in. So this is all working, all right? Hands are going to stay on your legs. Left hand is on the inside of your left leg. Spine stays tall. All you're going to do is as you exhale, you're leaning to the side. Maybe turn your chin right as you go. When you inhale, come all the way back up. So you go at your speed. Don't wait for me. Just feel your body as you move so you can be intentional. You can move on purpose. Nice and easy. Spine stays tall. You find the stretch. You find the space. We're going to do 1 more. When you lean to the side, find a spot you can hold your body. Really pull that belly button in. Keep your spine tall. Remind yourself you're not leaning into your arm. That left hand is on the inside of your leg, so you can gently push your leg behind you. Nice, strong legs. Clench your glutes. I'll quit talking. We're going to move the right arm. So as you inhale, bring that right arm by your head, however you can get there. When you exhale, bring your arm to your side. You can even tuck your hand behind your back. If you have the extra space in your brain, at the same time you bring your arm up, chin towards your armpit. Exhale, arm comes to your side, turning your chin the opposite direction. Do this a couple more times. Notice where you feel the action in your body. Try not to get automatic on this movement. Try not to rush through it. I'm going to do 1 more. You can do 1 more if it feels right. The next time your arm is by your side, both arms relax. You get to stand all the way up. Point your toes forward. If you can, keep your feet wide. Knees are unlocked. And again, we're just going to fold forward here. Now you can bring your hands to the floor, to your legs, wherever you can reach, but relax your neck. Let your back
get long here. And then if you can, still folding forward, just walk your hands to the right a little bit. Let your nose drop toward that right knee. Maybe reach out through your left fingertips a little bit more. Take a breath or two here. All right, now walk your hands back to the center. And then keep walking over to the other side. So your nose is dropping toward that left knee, reaching out through your right fingertips a little bit more. Just easy breath. If your breath gets really forced, really choppy, that's usually a sign you've gone too far. So listen to your body. And then we're going to come back to the center, bending your knees a little bit more, lifting through your chest. Slowly stand all the way up. Take your time. And then step your feet together. All right, we're going to come down into a seated position. Take your time. Now, flopping is totally acceptable. Just don't hit your head. All right, as you come into the seated position, we're just going to do one thing here. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Hands come to the floor someplace. I want you to try and get a little stretch across your wrists, your forearms, because if you've been weeding or pulling or carrying stuff, all of these muscles get a workout. So try and find a spot that you can press your palms into the floor, spreading your fingers wide. Now, it doesn't matter what direction your fingers are pointing, but find a spot that you can really press your palms into the floor and then rotate. Take a second, just moving your hands so you feel the difference through your shoulders, your wrists, your forearms. As you rotate, take a second to press your palms into the floor. All right. Now really find the spot you want to stay, pressing your palms into the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades together behind your back. Lifting through your chest, lift your chin a little bit. See if you can flex your feet here. Just take a breath. We don't have to get fancy. And then you're going to release your hands, walk your hands down your legs, folding forward. Just take a breath or two here. Find that even stretch. Big stretch for your hamstrings. If you bend your knees a little bit, what happens is it releases your hamstrings. It gets your hamstrings out of it so you can get a bigger stretch in your low back. If your hamstrings are really tight, bend your knees. All right, because if you stay here for a couple of breaths, then you can start to straighten your legs as you go. Ripping, tearing, shooting, cramping, burning, pain, these are always too far. Okay. Notice the difference between functional discomfort and pain. Hopefully I've talked enough. Now we're going to sit all the way up and come all the way down onto your back, onto the floor, bringing your knees in towards your belly again. Maybe just rock a little bit from side to side. Get that little massage on your hips, your low back. And then setting your feet to the floor. Check in. Maybe those hip flexors are a little angry. So we're going to release the hip flexors. Open your feet a little wider than hip distance. And then just twist both knees to the right. Chin can go left. Now we're going to stay here. This may be enough. Maybe this is good. Just hang out. Letting gravity do the work. If you'd like to make it a little bit more intense, if this seems like a good idea, you can cross your right ankle over your left knee. Now here's the deal though, you're not pulling your knee to the floor, you're just letting the weight of your legs gently drop to the floor. If you do this, and especially if in your left hip you feel some pain, not discomfort, but pain, please back off. Listen to your body. Take another breath or 2 or 7. And then before you untwist, uncross your right ankle, bring both knees toward the ceiling. And then we're going to switch. So both knees go to the left, chin goes right. And again, you can decide that you're just going to hang out here. It might be different on this side, so pay attention. Only if it seems like a good idea. You can cross that left ankle over your right knee, just letting your legs gently drop toward the floor. You find the stretch, you find the space that you need here. Breathing easy. All right, before you untwist, uncross that ankle, bringing both knees toward the ceiling. And then one last thing, just bring both knees in toward your belly. This time reach in between your legs, holding your feet, your ankles, your shins, whatever you got. Keep holding your legs. See if you can just straighten that right leg out to the right side a little bit. This is a big hamstring stretch. You might feel it there. And then bend your knee toward your armpit. All right, now you're going to do the same thing on the other side. So straightening that left leg to the left side, wherever it feels good. Oh, a little tremor is okay. And then bend your left knee towards your armpit. And then if you're feeling frisky, you can straighten both legs simultaneously. If you feel something in your breathing, we're doing this right. And then just think about bending your knees to the floor on either side of your body. And then you get to release your legs, set your feet back down onto the floor. And this is always a good time to check in, to do a little yoga recess, to just take care of your body however you need. If you like, you can find that place for your body to rest. If you can, just take a few minutes. Just take 1 minute. Finding a place where your body can relax, easy. It doesn't matter what position you're in, but just find a place where the weight of your body can soften toward the floor, where you can feel supported and easy for just a minute. This moment of rest is equally as important as all the movements that we do. Just allowing your body to adapt, allowing your mind to recognize the work that you've done, to feel the effect. Noticing where you feel more circulation in your body. Maybe noticing where you feel a little bit more stretched out, a little bit more opened up. If you want to, you can just let the video play out and stay for as long as you have. And when you're ready to come out of this resting position, take your time. Move on purpose. When we move mindlessly, then we just come back to the same old habit patterns that cause us pain. So see if you can just pay attention. Taking your time as you get ready to move for whatever comes for the rest of your day. Taking as much time as you need to take care of yourself. And maybe congratulate yourself. Give yourself a little pat on the back. Nice work. Thank you so much for playing. Namaste.